G'day and welcome to the Breaking Through podcast. Another stacked weekend of Coachella goodness sets. I've quite enjoyed just sitting back at home and streaming the sets and probably thinking we're having a better time than people standing in the crowd.
There was some comfort in watching them all again.
I think it was good, and just like the step ups from some acts as well. What else do we have? Olivia Rodrigo announced her first song off the album. Maybe we'll touch on that a little bit later. And I did a theory with a lot of the touring videos that I'm doing at the moment. When theories and rumors and that type of stuff come out, I like doing videos on them because I know other people in like group chats and that type of stuff will be doing the exact same thing I'm doing, but it's good that we can all come to one place and just have the theories together. A lot of you guys don't like that, but I do it because I find it fun. I like going, are they going to go there? Are they going to go there? We did that this morning. So I enjoy that. And I did a Sabrina Carpenter video about this exact thing. And Demois put out a story saying that Sabrina Carpenter is doing 4 shows in Sydney in November.
Yeah.
And a lot of people said it wouldn't be happening. I just went along with it just because I can. And the dates that work the best is the first week of November or the last week of November.
Okay.
I think the first week of November works the best.
Right.
And then you can have, it would probably be 4 shows in Sydney as well. And then that second week of November for Sydney, I think that works the best.
Do you think it's just going to be a Melbourne-Sydney tour?
Yeah.
Or I'm just going to say end of November, it's kind of around Spilt Milk time. She was a potential headliner for us. We did predict her.
Yeah, but is that just like we're predicting that because we just want her in Australia? Or is that like a smart decision from promoters?
Oh, it's a bit half and half for me because I know Sabrina has been going hard these last 2 years. Touring, she's playing multiple nights in every city in America.
Hustling.
She's doing a lot. She's hustling. I think if she was to come all the way out to Australia, this would be the only time that she could spend some time here and do a lot of shows in different places, do, her multiple nights in Sydney, multiple nights in Melbourne, and then do Spilt Milk as well to hit regionally. I think they're all going to sell very well. She is a woman of the moment right now.
But imagine like you do 4 shows during the week and then Spilt Milk is 2 days and then doing another 4 shows during the week and then another 2 shows. Like that's 12 shows in the space of 2 weeks. That's tough, man. Like I can't see that happening, and that's a lot of pressure to put on someone. Obviously, they would be paid very well, but it's not like doing 12 shows in 2 locations. You would have to go like flying over to Perth, going out to regional areas like Bendigo. Gold Coast is still East Coast, so like that's okay. But it's doing regional and city shows in that 2-week period. I don't like it.
I think international artists especially look at Australia sometimes as like, let's end the tour there and let's have a vacation around it. So they'll come out, they'll spend like 3 weeks here sometimes, do their shows, and then go like to Perth for a week and hang out by the beach. It's just something that artists do, and it's something that Australia has a bit of a reputation of. You think about festivals like Laneway, everyone calls it summer camp. It's a bit of a destination for all these artists from America and Europe to come to. I think if Sabrina was to come all the way out here, I just think she'll do a lot this time. Whereas I think future tours, she's going to condense them every time. Go for bigger stadiums maybe on the next tour. I think this tour she'll stick to arenas, and she might do these festival slots as well.
That's what the rumor said, that it was arena tours. Like, I think there's not going to be a higher time for demand for Sabrina than right now. We're about to talk about Coachella. Off those 2 Coachella sets, bringing Madonna out, like, I think the demand is so incredibly high right now. I think it has to be this year.
Yeah, I think it'll be announced soon. I think off the back of these Coachella performances, whatever tours Sabrina's got left to announce will be announced in the coming days.
I think, like, off the back of that, you know, the spectacle of what Coachella was, everyone else that's going to be announcing, I think it has to be. And if she does announce this year, we predicted this. It was my main prediction of the year that Sabrina would be here in 2026. I hope I get that right.
Yeah.
But even if we don't, it's fun to entertain, and I can't stress this enough. For these type of rumors or leaks or whatever, like when I do videos on them, it's not leaking it. We're just entertaining them because it's good fun, and we can think about her coming for a day or two.
Yeah.
It's good fun. Into the Coachella sets. Weekend 2 looked so much better than Weekend 1. Like, so many guest appearances. Snoop Dogg came out for a set.
Where did Snoop Dogg come out? I missed this.
With Giveon.
Oh, okay. Yeah, cool.
He came out for a set. That looked sick. Justin Bieber brought out, I feel like it was half the industry that came out. That was sick. Billie Eilish didn't even sing, but like that moment was awesome. Sabrina Carpenter brought out Madonna.
Yeah.
Pink Panthers brought out like Nina Geraci, Zara Larson.
Addison
Rae brought out Olivia Rodrigo. The list goes on and on and on. And I think it just shows that I think the artists even think that Weekend 2 is for the music lovers because they got fed Weekend 2.
Yeah, it's always been a thing. Even when they just introduced 2 weekends at Coachella, that was like my first time kind of going there. And I just went to both weekends because it's cheaper than getting a hotel anywhere to just buy a camping ticket to the festival. Well, it used to be. And even back then, the second weekend was a lot better. You're getting more music fans the second weekend. The first weekend, you're just getting a lot of... It's the Influencer Olympics. You're getting a lot of...
What year did you go?
2012. It was the year that Dr. Dre and Snoop Dogg headlined.
Right.
Yeah.
Oh, fuck, that'd have been hectic.
And the Tupac hologram came out.
Oh, right.
Yeah.
I think I've never been to overseas festivals, so I can't comment on it. But from the streams, it didn't look like the crowds were having that much fun. And from the outside looking in, and from the outside, we have obviously the streaming, all the videos, the algorithm showing us how it was in the crowd. It didn't look that fun, and it looks very different to Australian crowds.
Yeah.
Like when Sabrina brought out Madonna, that's an insane moment, and it didn't look like it was an insane moment for the crowd.
It's kind of scary to look at the crowd in those videos because they're just like phone in front of their face going like this.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's the crowds over there are so much different than Australian crowds, bro. I feel like in Australia we don't have that ego of like, I'm not gonna have fun. I'm just gonna,
People get so loose here.
People get so loose here and party. That's the big difference, especially over there. Like, especially when I was there, and this was like 10 years ago. I'm sure it's gotten worse.
Not
but
better.
It was like a lot of like, film me kind of singing along in the crowd and lights on. And just kind of like, people are just like too full of themselves. They're there to be seen, to be there. And I don't really feel like it's music fans a lot of the time. It's just like, let's go to Coachella.
Yeah, the difference between it seems like Weekend 1 is like, I want to be seen there on the first weekend when it's at its biggest, where Weekend 2 just feels like they're the people that are actually going for the artist. I saw a few influencers go like, these are my stats for the weekend, and they only saw like 6 acts or like 8 acts or something, and I'm like, over a weekend you saw 8 acts.
Yeah.
What?
Yeah.
For a lineup that big, that stacked, like, I pray for times like that so I can spend 25 minutes there, 25 minutes there, trying to see a bit of everyone.
Yeah.
Especially with how little Australia gets compared to those huge lineups overseas. I'm going to make sure that I get a little bit of everyone. Pre's wouldn't exist.
Yeah.
Just because of how big those lineups are.
There's also so much going on at the festival that you like don't see. Like I saw Sean Paul played there over the weekend, and Big Boy from our cast. They played in like the Heineken tent.
Wow.
And it's just like, it's just like there's so much going on.
Like that would be crazy. Speaking of Weekend 2 being so much better, Justin Bieber upped the ante for his second Coachella set. I think I gave it an 8 last week. He's up to a 9.
Yeah.
And Sabrina Carpenter, that was the same. I feel like that's a 9 as well. So she stayed the same. But Justin Bieber going into the crowd, he looked so much happier. The YouTube bit of it, he actually performed some of the songs.
Yeah, he performed them in full.
He did like one meme? I think I think the criticism was taken on and improved.
Totally improved. I love the YouTube, the whole segment. It didn't go for long enough this time. I was wanting more.
Which I think is what you want. So it didn't go long enough. It made you want it more. Where the other one, I was like, fuck, come on, boys. Like, let's wrap her up.
And there was just special moments in it. Like, a lot more special moments in the first weekend. Bringing SZA out was really cool.
Yeah.
Getting Billy up there for One Less Lonely Girl was like so awesome.
Perfect balance of nostalgic acts and current acts. Getting Big Sean up to do a couple songs, that was perfect.
Yeah.
And then SZA, and then Sexy Red. Like, I didn't really rate Sexy Red's performance, but Big Sean sounded incredible with Justin Bieber. I loved it from start to finish.
It felt like a different dude.
He just seemed so much more confident going into the crowd. Like, he went back to the crowd multiple times. Ah, man. And he sounded almost perfect the whole way through. It's kind of weird when he's going back and doing the old songs. Like, he's not, like, singing it. But I feel like that's the contrast he wants between his younger self and his current self.
Totally.
I don't know if that's an artistic decision, but that's what I felt on that. And Carol G, she was awesome. She said at the end that, you know, she's touring. Hopefully we get that in Australia. I think off the back of Bad Bunny's Australian shows, how sick they looked. I think it showed that, you know, there's a demand for those type of artists to come here and succeed.
Who do you think will be coming from the Coachella lineup? Who do you think's coming here soon?
Justin Bieber and Sabrina Carpenter.
And Carol G.
I'm not as confident on her, just because, like, I think it makes sense, but, like, that's more of a gamble than the other two.
Yeah.
Like, you know, the demand is there for Justin and Sabrina.
Yeah.
But yeah, I'm quite confident that those two will come here.
Yeah.
In recent, like, well, how quickly are we talking here? I don't know, but I think that they will announce tours. I think Justin will announce, like, within the next couple weeks.
I think so too.
And especially like Lady Gaga last year, like, she added more dates after her Coachella set, literally that week.
Yeah.
So I think that's coming very, very soon. And especially with, like, Justin Bieber's website changing, a lot of rumors coming out about that, about, like, him headlining some festivals over in the UK. Man, that would be sick. I got a few questions in my DMs going like, oh, do you reckon Justin Bieber could do Spilt Milk?
Nah.
No. No.
Too big.
I've said previously, I don't think anyone's too big. I just think in his current state of where his music is at and, you know, where he would like to go, I think stadiums would just... He could sell, like, 4 or 5 stadiums.
Yeah.
Maybe not 4 or 5, but, like, you know, maybe
might,
definitely 4. Like, it would be crazy. But yeah, I think that takes us to who we think will headline Coachella in 2027. I think these ones are too obvious, and I think the most obvious and makes the most sense is Olivia Rodrigo.
Yeah.
Like, she could be the pop girl of the weekend, obviously releasing an album, will go on tour, but
hasn't done it before. I think it's a shoe-in. Like, Olivia.
Has she not done it?
She's not done. She never hasn't done yet. Yeah, so I can definitely see Olivia. Do you want to hear my next one?
Yep.
Okay, let's say Olivia does.
So
it Friday.
do your week? Yeah, I was going to say your weekend.
Friday, Olivia. Saturday, Oasis. The boys are back.
I mean, like, doing a festival run, and, like, I think that's the smartest way to do it as a streamed Oasis set.
Yep. Rumors, like, Liam's already, like, said that they're basically coming back next year already.
We've spoken about this previously.
Yeah, and I think the touring schedule will change. They obviously did a massive headline stadium tour last year. I think next year is going to be the festival circuit. So every big festival you can think of, I think Oasis will be on it. And I think it will start with Coachella. And then it'll go like Glastonbury, maybe Primavera, some of these other ones.
I think, imagine the special guests that they could bring on. Like, with an act like that, they could bring on new people and it could be seen as, like, passing the torch. You could bring back...
I don't think they're that band. I don't think they'll
Of
do any special
bringing up guests, but
I
it's
don't-
Coachella.
I know, but I just can't
Everyone
see,
brings up guests.
I can't see him doing it. I just how cocky they are. I think they'll just do a full rock and roll, just Oasis.
And your last headliner pick?
My Sunday, keeping up with they like to book a bit international on the last day. In the past, they've had Bad Bunny, Karol G, Blackpink. I think BTS will do the Sunday.
Especially coming back as well.
Yeah.
After a couple of years, I think streaming that set as well, like that would be such a spectacle.
Yeah.
I'm on board with it.
And then the fourth one, because they're doing a fourth headliner now that kind of gets featured at the bottom of the poster. This year it was Anima.
Yep.
I think next year we might see Paramore take the desert. Maybe before Olivia on the main stage.
That's a great nostalgic pick.
Yeah.
And I think like Hayley Williams has been doing a bit of solo stuff as well. Like imagine, them coming back and doing streamed set as well. Whenever I think of Coachella now, I just think, fuck, that's going to look sick streamed. Like, that's going to be cool to watch. Like, when there's no other festival where you go, like, especially overseas, where you get excited for the lineup because half the time you can't really enjoy it.
Yeah.
Where Coachella, you can enjoy it. Like, how many groups of people got together, like, well, that I saw anyway, and just watched the sets because they could?
There's nothing better. Coachella.
Yeah, Coachella, and in this cost of living crisis, it's cheap. I don't have to leave my house.
Yeah.
Can still get pissed.
Exactly.
That's good fun. Is there anyone else that you think would be like a good sneaky pick on that lineup?
I mean, Rihanna.
We've spoken about this. We've gotten very negative comments on our Rihanna pick.
But I think if it checks out right, potentially a headliner next year would be a massive get. But I feel like it's either Rihanna or Oasis.
Yeah, I was going to say, like, to get that, Coachella's good at getting. Oh my God. Coachella's good at getting the act that hasn't performed for a little bit back. And it's like, if you just go chuck the money, whatever you need to put on the show, great.
Yeah.
I think, seeing Rihanna, that would also be a great stream set. And, you'd get the whole world buzzing. If you get Rihanna on a lineup, that sells instantly.
It'd be good to have her back.
On a good news front, though, Violent Soho has announced.
Finally.
Now, we've spoken about them coming back previously, saying they should come back. It's been a couple years. It's good that they're coming back. Just an East Coast tour. But, I think, just doing East Coast, and they've got some good supports like Betty Ray's, Terrence Jones, that type of stuff. Just seeing how much of a demand this East Coast is going to bring, I think it's good. And I think it's like back when, I think I saw them in like 2017, 2018. Just bringing me back to that time when Australian music and festivals were like at their peak for me. It's like they haven't been gone for that long, but they're giving me like nostalgic feels.
Yeah. I am kind of the theory that they will play good things this year just by how small the venues that they're playing on this tour are. I think they could have gone bigger, especially being a semi-reunion. They haven't played in a couple of years. I feel like there's more coming, especially leaving Adelaide and Perth off.
These dates are September as well.
Yeah, if this was a one-off tour, they would have gone bigger with it. I think them going a bit smaller makes me believe that something else is going to happen.
An artist that is coming to do a tour here, named Jason Derulo. Now, setlists get talked about a lot. I often get in my comment section going, do we have the set list yet? And I'm like, no, they don't announce those things. Very rarely do they get announced. You go to Setlist FM and they're on there, and I've often done videos on that. But Jason Derulo himself, his page, uploaded the set list for the Australian New Zealand tour.
Yeah.
What does that say about his tour?
Tickets aren't selling.
Yes. But I really like it. And it's like, it wasn't the first thing that you saw. Like, you had to slide to get to the set list.
Right.
And I think that's a really good idea. I think having set lists for your upcoming tour, it tells people what songs they're going to see and if their favorite songs are in there. And if they're, sometimes you'll have an artist, well, a lot of the time you'll have an artist, and maybe their not so big song that you really love, that you want to see, you're iffy about getting tickets, if that's in there, you're going to buy that ticket. Like, I think it's such a good play.
I disagree, only because you can look up anyone's set list anytime you want. You just put Jason Derulo set list into Google, it'll tell you what his last couple of shows.
Yeah, Setlist FM.
I think putting this out so publicly and, you know, on his Instagram and wherever, where it's getting a lot more eyes than probably a set list page does, it means to me he wants to tell fans, hey, I'm going to be playing the songs you like. Like, I'm playing all the hits, all my most streamed stuff. But I think doing that in general is panicking and going like, first week of sales weren't good. I need something to be able to let the crowd know that all their favorite songs are going to get played if they buy a ticket. And he deleted it, right?
Yeah, he deleted it literally the next day. And then I had comments on my videos going, this isn't real. This is fake. I screenshotted it myself. I saw it and went, holy fuck, this is sick. Like, I've gotten that a few times recently. It's like, I screenshot it. I don't. Like, if it's fake, I say it's fake.
Yeah. I think my boy Jason might be in trouble.
But like,
watch this space.
But what you've just said though, that's a good marketing tool. Like, if that gets them to want to buy a ticket, isn't that the end goal? Like, yes, it also tells me that things. But like, say if who's an artist that did well? Hilary Duff. If Hilary Duff uploaded her set list, would we be saying the same thing?
Probably not,
because they sold well.
Yeah.
So like, I think if all of them started doing it, or like we would say that's a good thing, or if just an artist needed that final push, I would say he needs a bit more than a final push.
Yeah.
But like, I think it's a really good idea, and it adds to the excitement of you can have that and use that as part of your campaign.
Yeah.
I think it's a really good marketing tool, but for the artists that, you know, are using it, it just makes us believe that they're a little bit worried.
I believe it's the last act of a desperate man. We'll see what happens with this tour, but I do not have much confidence for it.
Yeah. I mean, we've both said that a Jason Derulo show would be sick, but Arenas was a big
but
call. He still gets so many like streams, and, you know, his monthly listeners are huge. Man. Now, last week we have said that we are accepting audio questions, and we've got a few in. Thank you for sending them in. We can't play a couple of them because of the audio quality. So if you are sending in your audio questions, make sure that you're speaking clearly and it's good quality. We can't fix that, especially when you have a really good question and we want to play it. We can't. But bear with us on this one. Link is in our TikTok and Instagram bio, or if you're listening to us on Spotify,
it's in the description.
It's in the description. All right.
Hello. My question is about the persistent misalignment in Australian touring right now. You look at artists like Zara Larsson, who clearly was undersized, or artists that are selling out venues instantly that probably aren't appropriate for them, like Ethel Cain, while others like Lily Allen or Charlie Puth are in rooms that look oversized for their current demand. Why do you think it is that promoters are getting venue sizing so wrong when the data signals feel so obvious, especially given how much control and data promoters like Live Nation or Frontier Touring likely have access to? Bye.
That was the first question that we got. And that was such a good question. And I think, you know, on this podcast, we say we want to be honest. That's not a question I can answer because I'm not in that field.
Yeah.
So
I have theories, but it might be something that we have to save for like when we have like a real like big time promoter.
Yeah, when we get guests on, we plan to get promoters on. But our theories, he did ask, thank you for sending that in, really good question. Our theories, your theories are probably better than mine, but I don't think they're getting it so wrong. I would say that I'd say they get it mostly right.
Yeah.
85% of the time. So, and I think that comes to a lot of things, because if you look at, like, yes, these promoters would have way more stats than what we would be available to. But like, if you look at Hilary Duff's streaming numbers, there is nothing there that says she'd be able to fill out multiple arenas that quickly.
Yeah.
If you just look at the streaming, like, that's crazy that she's been able to do that. But they've obviously got the stats that make you think that, well, make them think that she can feel it.
Yeah.
And she did. People were like, she should have done stadiums. Like, what?
I think, yeah, and that's the thing. I think every artist has to have a journey with where the rooms that they play in, the tours that they do. It has to kind of like, there has to be something to do next time you're here. So for example, last time Olivia Rodrigo came here, I think she did like 4 nights at like arenas.
Yeah, I think she just did Melbourne, Sydney.
Yeah, and they were all sellouts. So she could have done a stadium if she wanted to. Where does that leave her next time that she comes here? She has to do a stadium again. Otherwise, she risks the talk of being like, oh, she's not as popular as she used to be. She's gone back to arenas after doing stadiums. No artist ever wants that, especially fresh artists. It's better for them to do like 4 nights in a smaller venue. Let's say like Fortitude Music Hall or something like that. It's better to do 4 sold out nights there than do a half packed arena. It just looks better. Especially when you see the tour poster with just like bang, 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 bang. It builds so much hype around the artists. It makes tickets, they're more in demand. I just think it all comes down to momentum. I think if you've got good management, what that management should be caring about is the long plan and building that momentum every time they hit a city again. Are we doing it bigger this time? All right, we did theaters last time, now we're going to arenas. We did arenas last time, now we're doing stadium shows.
The optics on it as well, like, it just looks better for that type of stuff. I also think, like, especially if you're coming all the way down to Australia, the risk to take for bigger venues would be so much harder. And if you don't, we've got so many cancellations down here because artists want to do this venue or they want to do this many nights. I think it's just smarter to do, not underestimate, but do smaller venues. And then if, there's always so many that are held for however long, we can't just put artists in stadiums.
Yeah.
Like, we spoke about the Zara Larsson thing at length.
Yeah.
But how much, and we're like, how have they done this? Why have they done that? But the optics on it, she had to upgrade venue. She added so many shows. We look at that and we go, wow, she's so popular.
Yeah.
If you chucked her in like, people were like, she could do stadiums. Say if she half filled a stadium, it doesn't look good, but it's the same amount of people.
Yeah.
So I think that's also a question that we hold. Like, that's not my area of expertise.
Yeah.
And I was listening to this question and I was like, that is such a good question that I've often been wondering, but I don't have the info to back that up.
Also, smaller venues are just cheaper to hire, point blank. If you're going for arena, you're paying a lot of money to book out that arena for the night.
Yeah.
To do a venue that's like maybe 2,000 to 3,000 cap, if you've got an artist that's fresh, that loves touring, that's like, I'd rather kind of play 3 nights instead of doing 1 night in Sydney. I could do 3. It's just going to be a better experience. All the fans that you're going to have in there are going to be very passionate fans. You're not going to have these like, I don't know. I feel like with some of the big arena tours, you're getting people in there that are just kind of like, we just thought we'd come to this.
Yeah.
And you have those kind of like casual fans that maybe know 1 or 2 songs. I think those like more intimate shows, you're having more fans that know everything. When Addison Rae played the Fortitude last year before she did the Wildlands tour, the energy in the room was incredible. Everyone there was massive stands. So.
Yeah, like a lot of sign-ups for those shows as well. And obviously her first time touring here.
Yeah.
That's a good indication of future tours down the line. As you said, thinking long plan. We're only doing 2 questions this time round, but keep sending them in and we'll keep playing them. This is the second one.
Hi, I find the festivals all around the world, like in England, you can be seeing Rod Stewart and Charlie XCX at the same festival. And then when I was in Japan, I saw a pop artist immediately followed by a metal band in the span of like 2 hours. I find that festivals in Australia, they don't really have that same sort of variety with artists, and they really have like a curated genre that they pick, like Laneway. In my opinion, will always be indie. And I wanted to know if you guys, first of all, if you even agree with that take, and second of all, if you think that's a good thing, if you think that it's good that festivals really put that effort into picking all of their acts that sort of have the same vibe, or if you think that it's a good thing, if it's like something they should do to pick out a whole bunch of different artists to allow the audience to expand their musical limits.
Ooh, another good one.
That's a really good question as well, and I think it's a question we've thought about for a while. We won't. We're going over time on this one.
Yeah.
But like multi-genre festivals are the best festivals to go to, in my opinion. But she's right that festivals are, leaning towards more of a single genre.
Yeah.
Which I think sucks. And I haven't gone to overseas festivals, so like, why do you think it happens overseas and not here?
I think one thing is we're a bit more isolated than a lot of other countries. I think if an artist is planning to do a Europe tour, you can kind of go, hey, we're going to be over in the summer. There's so many festivals that you could play as an artist if you're going over for a Euro summer. And there's so many festivals that book from multi-genres over there because there's just so many artists coming through there. So they kind of have their pick. In Australia, it's kind of different because you have to fly them all the way out here first. So it's a lot of risk to do anything multi-genre. I think the last festival to kind of do it well was Big Day Out, which was quite a while ago now. Splendor had some, but I think lately whenever a festival has tried to go a bit multi-genre, let's talk about Blues Fest, having Parkway Drive. Splendor was bringing in like Polaris on there last year and Turnstile.
Yeah, it had, I can't remember the rap artist they had on there, but they had rap artists on the second day. Yeet, and there was someone else, I can't remember, and then Kylie Minogue on the day before.
Yeah.
So, like, it's in the, mid-2010s, that worked.
Yeah.
But now it doesn't.
It's just so much riskier now. And I think everyone that's tried it these last couple of times hasn't gotten it right. Boom, festival over. So I think a fear and risk is one of them. Obviously you just don't want to like have your crowd go like jumping from a metal band to a pop act would be very like jolting for a crowd. And also you're getting both those crowds there. So is the metal crowd going to respect the pop act when they're on?
Yeah.
It raises a lot of things. I think over in Europe, I think Europeans are more of a like, they love music a lot more than we do, which can be like a bit defensive for Australians to hear, but like, Europeans will go out to a concert on a Tuesday night and not think anything of it. They'll just go down to a bar or something and watch live music just for the hell of it. I don't think we have that culture in Australia. I think we are kind of like, we're very like, well, I'll go to this festival, but I won't go to that festival.
The example she used as well there was like Charlie XCX to Rod Stewart. I think if you're going to genre jump, you need the biggest acts or some of the biggest acts of those genres.
Yeah.
Like if I'm a heavy metal fan and I'm going to another stage or something, and it's a huge act from that other genre, I'm gonna see what it's all about. But if it's a smaller act that I don't know for a genre that I don't like, I'm not gonna bother. Which I think I'm not a huge Rod Stewart fan, but if he's playing after or on a different stage, I'm going to go and see it just to, experience it and see how I feel about it.
Yeah.
Just because of how big these artists are.
Yeah.
I love a multi-genre festival. I've said it consistently since I started breaking through. I think they're the best festivals you can do. But, like, especially in cost of living as well, people are balancing or weighing up how many acts am I getting for this amount of money?
Yeah.
If it's a multi-genre festival and I only really like one genre or one genre is my favorite and there's 4 dance acts and I'm paying $200,
Yeah.
people are going to go, I'm not getting my money's worth in this current environment. Especially, they're not going to be the John Summits of the world currently.
Yeah.
So I think that's also something that comes into it. I would love it to come back. I just don't know when it's going to happen.
There is an art to booking a multi-genre festival. You have to really get it right. It can't just be like, everything's going to be, we're going to do Slipknot and Chapel Roan. Like, it doesn't work. There has to be a certain like art form to what you're booking. I think the last thing that I'll touch on with this question is like, most festivals in Australia, it all relies on the headliner. The headliner is selling like over 80% of the tickets.
Yep.
So that means if you're booking a headliner, the rest of your lineup kind of has to speak to the headliner or has to flow with the headliner. So I feel like it's the safest option to always book around your headliner and then the tickets will sell.
And it's like the multi-genre aspects of it is like it might be one act out of that genre just to come and fill it in.
Yeah.
Just to have that aspect like, having Pink Panthers and Geese and, The Dare, all that type of stuff. Like, they flow, but the main aspect of laneway this year. Obviously, you had Chapel Roan and those type of acts. So, multi-genre festivals, love them, but right now they don't work too well. If you look at lineups from previous years, like Big Day Out and that type of stuff, you look at that and go, fuck, that'd be so sick to genre jump, but we just don't get it.
It'll come back. The pendulum always swings the other way.
God, I hope so. Keep sending in your questions. We will get better at answering those. They were tough ones to start, but keep sending them in. We'll answer them. We might do it every week.
Yeah, I'd like that.
If people keep sending them in, we'll do them every week. And some things we'll be theorizing just as much as you guys are, and then sometimes we'll actually be experts on them. But, we'll see you all next week.
See ya.